Hey guys, this is Darren at Bung. I just wanted to talk to you guys today about one of our more popular products, and also probably one of the most important products for you being comfortable on your bike, and that's our risers. These risers we have in a variety of different sizes and pullbacks, as well as now, because of all the different fitments for all the different model years, a bunch of different bolt patterns to work with all your Harley Davidson models. One of the first options you're going to look for is your riser height. The way that we measure our riser height is going to be from the bottom of the triple tree to where the bottom of your handlebar is. The other option we have is our internal wire. Now, all of our risers are going to have a hole down the center of the riser. Those will allow you to run an internal wired handlebar. But we have this extra option if you want the risers themselves internally wired. This option is going to give you these extra holes in the upright of the riser so that you can feed your control wires down these tubes to keep them hidden. This is especially, looks a lot better on those risers that are a little bit taller. That way you don't see that big line of wiring running down the center that you're staring at every time you're riding the bike. But, for those that don't care as much about the look or trying to hide those wires, we still sell the non-internally wired ones. They're going to have no holes in the upright of the riser, still a clean look. And then one of the next options you guys can look for is our pullback option. We do have some risers like this one here that's going to be straight. That means whatever the angle of the front end is, that's the angle that the riser is going to come back to you as the rider. Now we do have standard a 1-inch or a 2-inch pullback option. On those 1-inch and 2-inch pullback options, there's going to be a slight bend in this upright, and the 1-inch option is going to have a little bit less bend than our 2-inch option. But as you can see here, it's going to set that handlebar closer to the rider. So this one would be a 1-inch pullback. So this handlebar is going to be set back towards you 1 inch closer than it would be if it was straight. And the 2-inch is going to set you back, the handlebar itself 2 inches farther back than it would if it was straight up and down. The other option we also have is options and finishes. Some of these new models come with a wrinkled black top clamp. So we also have our risers offered in wrinkled black as well as gloss black, and in our custom order we can get a satin black. For those of you who's looking to plate it or do a custom color, we also offer them in raw. New for this year, we have for 2025 there was some changes to both the Street Bob and to the Lowrider ST and the Lowrider S. These are two new risers for those two models. Now keep in mind that if you look at those two top clamps on those models, they look very similar. The bolt pattern is going to be different. So you want to match up. If you have a Lowrider S or a Lowrider ST, you want to make sure that you order the one for that. And if you have the Street Bob, make sure you get the riser specific for that Street Bob, because these bolt patterns are different, even though they look very similar. If you order the wrong one, it's not going to fit at all. Some of the earlier Lowrider STs, we also have those in 2022 to 2024. We have a specific riser just for those. That's going to work with that digital top clamp. And similar to the Street Bob and the ST of the 2025 model year, the 2018 to 2024 Street Bob, 22 to 24 Lowrider ST are both going to look similar in the top clamp as well. Those ones will also have a slightly different bolt pattern, so make sure you get the correct one for that model. As with all of our risers, if you get the one for the correct model that you have, you're going to be reusing your top clamp. That means you don't need to buy an extra top clamp, you don't need to buy an extra gauge mount. It's going to work with the factory gauge mount and the factory top clamp that you already have on your bike. So this saves you a little time, Definitely some money, not having to buy extra parts. Also keeps it looking still somewhat similar to the factory setup. We also have special risers just for the road glides up to 2024. These ones will allow you to leave all your gauges in the factory location. The gauge will sit right in between this upright of the riser. You don't have to do like what you did on some of the earlier road glides where you had to drill the plastic. Maybe you weren't able to see the gauges as well after they were installed. These you're going to be able to see the gauges right through the center of the riser and still be able to get that motocross style bar, more performance feel that you're looking for. Also new in the last couple years is the new Nightster. This one is our riser for our Nightster. When they made the update to the water-cooled Nightster, they changed a couple dimensions, they changed a couple bolt sizes. So this riser is going to be specific just for that Nightster. Instead of the half 13 riser bolt, it's going to run an M10. So this riser is specific for that Nightster. On the Nightsters, they also had a gauge mount that was part of the upper top clamp. And a lot of people didn't like how it was more closer to the rider. You had to look down really hard to see it. So this new riser has an adjustable gauge mount. You can put your factory gauge, whether it's the standard Nightster or the Nightster S with a digital gauge, and you can put it in this adjustable mount and be able to adjust the pitch of that to really get the feel and the look that you guys want. For those with some of the earlier Dynas, we have Dynas and also Sportsters. We have in our custom build to order riser, we have these extra threaded bungs that are welded to the front. Those can be used for that earlier gauge mount, the single or the dual gauge. We can offer those and mounted in various different locations for whatever fits your needs. If you want it to fit behind the fairing or you want it to sit way up high so you can see it really easily.
Nice.
You want to talk about riser?
No, good.